New York Yankees 49-42 at the deadline after dropping 2 out of 3 to the Cubs. 4th place in the AL East, 8 games out of first place, but they're only 1 game back of the wild card right now. So should they buy? Should they sell? What will they actually do? And who should they either look to acquire or move away from?
I think it's a no-brainer sell. I think this team is unserious and has been unserious for 2 years. The last 2 seasons, they've rolled out the same team, the same options, just in different names. And I know they won't sell because as a Yankee fan, I've seen the song and dance over and over again. They won't sell. But every team in your division is getting younger and better than you, while you continue to get older and have bloated salaries. It's not a sustainable format to win. So if it's not going to be a sustainable format, then stop it. But we clearly have an issue going on in New York for both teams. And pride is definitely a word that has been tossed around in New York that clearly has been an issue. And we'll see where this goes. I think they should definitely sell. I would sell 5-6 players off the roster tomorrow because I don't want to pay a guy like Bader to be hurt. I know a lot of New York Yankee fans don't want to pay a guy like Glaber. So why are we going to keep him? That's just my opinion.
Yeah, so this is the first time that we're on opposing sides here, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I think that the Yankees got to buy, and it really is based on what they know internally about the health of Judge and about the health of other guys, but this team has not been healthy all season long, especially when it comes to pitching. You know, looking at the numbers here, Garrett Cole, he's been the ace. He's been excellent. We know that. 117 innings pitched. Next up is Domingo Germán, who's a guy who at the start of the season, we talked about maybe being a 6th guy. Then Clark Schmidt, who was another maybe 6th guy. Then we have Cortez and then Brito. We still have yet to see this pitching core at anything close to full strength. Severino's been bad as of lately. Hopefully he could turn that around in the second half. But Cole, Nestor, and Rodon, if they could shore that up for the second half of the year, I think that'd be great for the Yankees. And, if they need to buy hitters, you cannot go into the playoffs again with this same abysmal lineup that's hitting 230. You have to go and get some guys that maybe hit for average, hopefully that hit from the left side of the plate. A Cody Bellinger is a guy that's been thrown out there. I like that as an acquisition for them, but they have to buy hitters. I don't think they need to worry about pitching really at all. I think the biggest concern for them pitching wise is just health. They have the best bullpen in baseball. They just need to get their team out there together healthy. Again, like Corey said, 1 game back of the wild card. And have we even seen this team at 75% strength once this season? I don't think so.
Yeah, but Dylan, you're betting on a team that already has injury issues as is. So you're going to bet on them to get healthy down the stretch and be positive the rest of the way. And then on top of that, hitting, you need to buy multiple positions. We're not talking about a league average hitting team right now. We're talking about 29th in baseball level, Oakland A's level bad offense. So if we're not buying 2-3 positions, and then how much do you want to strip your farm system? If you're going to strip the farm system that's already pretty weak as it is, we're going to take that and into a division the following years to come and just be completely devoid of talent. I don't see how that works out for anybody. I see that working out, but I think that's exactly what the Orioles want to do when they have a plethora of prospects coming through the minor leagues, and they're going to go out and they're going to make a big acquisition for an arm at the deadline. My prediction is Dylan Cease. Or you got the Blue Jays who continue to churn out offensive talent. Then you got the Red Sox who have one of the best farm systems in baseball if you actually look at it. I don't see any positive for the Yankees going for it because if you get a guy like Cody Bellinger, how much different is he? He's going to strike out. He's obviously going to walk and he's going to hit homers and he's a great player in his own right. But he's still a strikeout guy. He's not perfect with runners in scoring position. But so you want to trade for Cody Bellinger? You want to trade for another? How many other players are you going to trade for? Are you going to bet on Aaron Judge to be healthy, or is this going to be a long-term injury? What if he's out the rest of the year?
If he's out the rest of the year, you have to sell. I mean, I'd hope that they know internally better about where his status is than we do. I mean, we know that the Yankees are very coy with injuries. They didn't tell us that it was tearing for a month after when we knew it was. So again, it's what they know internally.
The
But
Yankees have one of the worst track records in baseball with injuries.
you could get Bellinger for the cheap. I mean, his contract's up after this year. It is a true 1 year rental. I mean, it's not going to cost an arm and a leg to get this guy. And I do
How
get what
cheap
you're
are you
saying
talking?
as that the farm system is something that needs to be replenished. But at the end of the day, this is also the New York Yankees. While the glory days, some of it did come from the farm, this is a team that is well known for buying and getting free agents. And when I look at this, you have to look at the Yankees as wanting to be in the Ohtani market as well. And you have to show him that you're a better organization and more focused on winning than the Angels. If you sell your whole team, you could lose the opportunity at getting Ohtani. Maybe any other offseason, I'd agree with you. But right now, you need to look the best for this generational player to bring him in.
Dylan, I got a quick question for you. When is Steinbrenner showing the willingness to sell? I mean, to be able to go out and get a player like Ohtani's stature in the last couple of years, beside Garrett Cole? He's like,
I mean, he got
big free
Rodon
agent
this
has.
offseason, who was a huge signing when it happened, and then the injury happened.
Well, again, so great.
Went out there
Well,
and paid Judge, got Judge. A lot of people thought Judge was gone.
Well, I completely agree with you. They maintain their own guys. So, but here's my problem, right? We have Glaber, who's going to need a contract coming up. Are you going to pay Bader too? We have DJ.
Well, I wouldn't pay
getting paid
Bader.
$15
I
million.
think next season we go to Jason Dominguez. I think you can influx the young talent and try and bridge the gap. But I think this season you got to see what this team is healthy. Again,
So you're
they're
gonna let
not as
Bader
far.
go for nothing.
Maybe. But if you're the Yankees and you bring together this World Series level roster in your mind and you haven't even seen them play together, are you going to sell before you even get to that point? I mean, maybe you could split the difference here, Corey, as the other Yankees fan, but I feel like we're at a stalemate here.
Well, you definitely are.
It's so tough because I want the Yankees to win. I want them to succeed. With the way this roster is constructed, I just can't see a world where that happens this year. I do think we probably should look to sell because that doesn't take us out of next year at all. If anything, it puts us in a better position to, succeed. And it's not like we're selling off any key pieces. We'll sell off Bader, who's not going to come back next year, because how do you re-sign a injury-prone center fielder when you have to rely on an injury-prone everywhere else? I love Bader. If Bader was just able to be a little healthier, it would be a no-brainer to bring him back. But he's never healthy, and it's kind of insane to think that we can keep getting away by bringing in people that are just constantly hurt and asking them to not get hurt. So if you look to move Bader, if you look to move a Herman who his value's really never been higher right now, and people do like him, and you can get a decent get back for Herman, who really doesn't have a long future with the Yankees. Maybe you can get something for Rizzo, a bag of balls for Donaldson. Glaber has a year and a half left now. Maybe try to get something out of Glaber. Bring up Peraza. Let Cabrera play every day. If you have all these guys, all these young guys playing, move on from both catchers, to be honest. I'm sure you can get something for Higgy and Trevino. So really let as many young guys play as you can. And we saw in 2016 when they did that, they still ended up with a winning record because all the young guys came to play and to prove themselves. And I think also Boone's strength as a manager is the players. And if we have a roster full of young guys, that plays into Boone's strength of really getting them acclimated to success at the big league level because he's a player's manager. Not saying he's a good manager or not, but he does do well with the clubhouse and the players, and that does play well with a young team. So if you were to get Peraza, Volpe, bring up Austin Wells, have him skip AAA. You have Josh Bro in the minors, have him catch. You have all these options. Why not get something good and then spend all that money in the offseason? Bring in an Ohtani. Get Cody Bellinger, who you've coveted for years. You have other options where you can replenish the farm system This isn't going to be 2016 where you have two guys that'll net you top tier talent, but you could be able to replenish the farm system after a couple bad deals we've made over the last few years, and you're able to move forward and kind of change philosophy. You don't have to let LeMahieu play every day. Let him be a bench player and try to figure it out, because I'm sure he's still hurt. And honestly, at that point, maybe Judge should be out for the year. Let him really get with his head right and get that foot